All right, let's do it. What up, y'all? Not Coach Tomlin here again with my boy Cody. Um, we're here to kind of talk about preview for the upcoming matchup, man. Bengals at Steelers on this Sunday. But before we get into that, man, how you doing, man? How's your week been going for you?
It's been flying by. The past couple weeks have definitely been flying by. Work's going by fast, which is a good thing. I got tomorrow off. I took a half day today.
Oh man,
So
that's lovely.
oh, absolutely. I got to take like a little nap. I haven't done that in a while, so
Wow, must be
it's
nice,
gonna it's
man.
gonna be yeah, it's gonna be a nice long weekend. I'm gonna enjoy it, relax, do some chores, shopping. The usual.
Good, man. Good, good. Gotta work. It's Friday, you know. But this weekend I get to go watch my old high school game. So that'll be cool. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
absolutely.
So then I'll be hitting that Treehouse if you've ever been there, but it's the place to be.
Where's
It's the
where's
one
that at?
that's in Massachusetts.
Oh, geez, you're driving to Mass, bro. Okay.
It ain't that bad. Um yeah, man. So look, how you been feeling, man? I had some time to think about this game coming up Sunday. I got a couple of thoughts, but I want to know how you feeling about this upcoming matchup.
I'm feeling pretty good. I saw the line on the game though, and that kind of made me less feel good about it. So it's kind of, I don't know. I think Steelers do win this game. I think that they will scheme a little bit better. They're not just going to let Chase do what he did last game. I can't picture that happening, like duplicating what he did,
Right.
or even doing half of what he did. So I would hope that they have Ramsey, kind of be a floater on that side. Double team, take him out of the game plan completely.
Right.
I hope and I think that our rush defense will be better too. This game because obviously Brown had his probably best game of the season against us, arguably.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling good overall. I think Rodgers bounces back. I think the offense does what they do because the Bengals just stink overall defensively, and hopefully we get the run game going early to open up the play action and then passing opportunities for Rodgers.
Yeah. So I echo a lot of basically what you said. I wrote too many factors come into play as to why we need to win this game, right?
Yeah,
And it's like the first one is the defense can't possibly play as bad as they played last time they played them, right? And then
exactly.
and then it's like Aaron can't possibly play as bad as he played this past Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And we can't lose to Flacco two times in the same season, right? In
No,
2025, right? Like we
no,
cannot allow this to
absolutely
happen.
not.
You know, I think that you mentioned Chase, but obviously I'm thinking of the other Chase, though. Chase Brown. If we can really,
Yeah,
because we didn't get give them an opportunity, we didn't get opportunity to make them one dimensional last game. He still gashed us, which opened up the play
yeah,
action even better for them for Flacco to be able to have those lanes even clearer.
yeah,
And the big thing is going to be, can Austin use his brain um,
yeah,
and actually get these guys moving around that line, like we talked about the other day, get in some of those different packages on that D line so that we could get a better rush, get in Flacco's face, because we were in his face those first couple of drives, and it started to look. It was like,
yeah,
all right, maybe this could be a blowout, maybe this could get ugly, and then all of a sudden it
yeah,
didn't. So we got to be able to counter punch when they counter, right? Because
yeah,
if it starts out like it did last game, started out where we actually got to him those first couple of drives and made him rush his reads, then they switched it up, right? So
yeah,
when they start to switch it up, we got to be ready to switch it up too and be planning ahead in that regard. Defensively, offensively, we just got to get points on the board every time we get the ball, and like we talked about, it can't be field goals. It got to be touchdowns. There was a lot of points left on the field this past Sunday night, that I know they looked at the
mhm,
film and said, "All right, well, we got to get this back." Even with
yeah,
the overthrow with DK, they both taking blame for it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, but it looked like Aaron overthrew him, but DK said he was supposed to run the corner route, and he kind of went flat because he saw Aaron roll to the left, and
yeah,
and Aaron showed his mobility, and he showed that he still got the arm to get it out there. Because again, that's one of those passes that we don't really want a lot of quarterbacks to be trying to make. After I really looked at the
yeah,
replay, rolling to the left and then throwing deep to the right pylon, like that's not a pass many people are going to attempt. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. I
But
agree.
that's one of many plays where Aaron kind of like, he sailed all of the rest of the passes though, everything else,
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and so I think he'll be more locked in since they gave him his
Yeah.
family back, since the mob returned his family home. And he did the job, whatever needed to be done that day. So I think he will play a cleaner game. Obviously, we get Jalen Warren going early. That, like you said, that'll kind of help for sure. Him and Kenny
Yeah,
G.
absolutely.
I don't care who it is, run the ball. That's going to make things much easier. We need to have Darnell Washington on the field at all times because you showed me the stat in terms of what our record is when he plays over like 40 snaps or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Eight and
crazy.
0, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
And he played 25 last week, but that's what happens when you 3-and-out all game long too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he's also going to need to be out there because it looks like from the injury report that Broderick Jones is going to get limited
Yep.
snaps. So having Darnell in there is going to be a must alone. I think your guy from Texas is the backup, so he'll be getting some burn in place of Broderick Jones. So we'll have to see with that, but yeah, no, Darnell definitely needs to play as much as possible out there. Like
Yeah.
he's just a huge option for us. He's very important to the offense. I never thought I'd honestly say that ever, but
Yeah.
he is. But going back to what you were saying with the offense in general and putting up points, like we can't rely on just field goals. We can't rely on Boswell because, as you know, we saw last game, like he's going to miss a kick here or there. You know what I mean? As
Yep.
amazing as he is, you just can't rely on his foot, and you just can't continue to rely on the defense to get stops when they haven't shown that they can do that consistently as is this year.
Right.
So we'll have to definitely, if we do force turnovers, don't just get 3 points,
Got to
get seven.
capitalize. Got to capitalize with a
Yeah,
touchdown,
you
man.
have
That's the
to,
only way. That's the only way to
and
win this game.
don't let them get momentum, from the start. Don't let them get a 3-and-out if we get ball first. Don't let them get third down conversions. Limit those as much as possible because all of those play a huge difference to start the first quarter or first half. So, yeah.
Yep. And so I remember earlier in the week, man, I was saying help is on the way. It doesn't look like MVS has been activated or elevated to the active roster yet.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm not
what do you think they're
surprised,
waiting for,
honestly.
man? What do you think they're waiting for in terms of unleashing our secret weapon?
I don't know. I mean, he passed his physical, right? So like he did all the steps to do it. I mean, I would like to see him out there for like at least 10 to 12 snaps just to see, like
Right.
see what he can do, see if he can get open, see if him and Rogers still have a connection.
Listen, if he's
I'm
been
not saying
watching
play the
if
whole
he's been
game.
watching the games at all, the playbook ain't that complicated. So like, what is the issue? You know what I'm saying? What's the
Yeah,
holdup here?
exactly.
I imagine I of course the casual fan in me is like, well, we signed Asante yesterday. He should be out there Sunday. But like, it doesn't always work like that. Most of the time, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I'm with Asante, even though he passes physical like as well. I'm not upset about him not playing. Like take another week,
Right.
and get accustomed to like how the defense looks, how we play, and all that. So, and plus he hasn't played in how long?
You got to make sure
So,
he's in pretty good game shape. I mean, passing the physical is one thing, but like,
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
absolutely.
And
He
he's
needs to
been
make sure he's sharp on all parts. So I don't mind him not playing this week. I didn't expect him to play this week.
right.
Now Pierre's just got to step up.
Yeah.
Is Slay playing? I didn't see
I
if
don't
he was
know.
or
I don't know
not.
if he cleared protocol yet. I don't. I'll have to double check that. I didn't see today if he cleared it or not. But James Pierre, if he could bring any of the game that he brought with him this past Sunday to this, I mean, I know it's a different breed of receivers that we're dealing with, but
No, absolutely.
I'd imagine we have competent defensive coordinator. Silly me.
Yeah,
But we got better safety play out there, which I'm more confident in. The Duggar Ramsey
yes,
combo, man, is working out pretty well, I think, so far. And so we can just hope that they'd offer some help in some fashion on I know historically what they do usually is they'll put Joey on T and they'll try to double chase. That's what they have done in the past.
yeah, yeah,
Last time we played them, I don't know if they were just overconfident and like we got Slay over there, so like
yeah,
but when you're playing 12 yards off and they're not making any changes, I mean they probably didn't even call any plays. They just said just go out there. If these guys are lined up off you, we're running slants all day, and so you
yeah.
cannot just fall asleep with that dumb shit. You know what I mean? Because
No, absolutely.
it's going to be a long day if that's the case.
I think, but yeah, I think that's why they're just going to keep Ramsey back there and keep an eye on Chase. And I would like to see, as the season starts to close a little bit, that Ramsey, they start to move Ramsey around everywhere.
Yeah.
Not to say like he's a Troy Polamalu or like he can do anything of that sort, but like minimize it a little bit, but he can still float around different parts of the field and just cause confusion because at the end of the day, he's high IQ D back
Yep.
that's a ball hawk. So if after this game, I'd like to see him move around a little bit more too.
I agree. Because he's a playmaker. We've seen him do this in his entire career, but especially even this season. But him back there, him kind of knowing where to be, him putting people in place where they need to be. That's what we miss from Minka,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely,
We missed that from
absolutely.
Minka. So like if essentially he's going to be the replacement, then that's what he's a step faster, I think, at this point than Minka was last year and a couple
Yeah.
years. But the IQ is, like you said, is there. So I'm really pleased with the way he's been able to play the position so far.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Definitely.
hopefully he could continue that, and then Asante could get on the moving train like Duggar did, maybe in Chicago if he's ready for
Yeah.
that. And then I think we got Buffalo and then Baltimore, something like that.
Yeah.
So like he got to be ready for these next few games,
You know
man.
what's what's so funny is if we had this defense like 3-4 years ago, it really would be like, yo, this defense is crazy. But obviously, everyone's like a little bit older, a step slower. But like, it's just good to see the Steelers actually went and got something that we
Right.
that we needed,
But
and
Asante's
I'm
like
happy they
26.
got Sam.
Asante's like 26. So like
Yeah, no, he's super young.
if it works out, this is like a steal. This is an amazing pickup if it works out, and I hope it does. He said he feels the healthiest he's ever been, but I think that's something that everybody says. So
Yeah, exactly.
we'll see how it really turns out. I hope it does work out for him. Obviously, spinal fusion, that sounds scary. I don't know the real danger or risk, but
Yeah,
the doctors passed him and everything, and they said he's good to go. So hopefully it does work out. This would be one of the bigger storylines later on if it does work out. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I'm excited for next week, which we can get into that when the time comes for sure. So what do you think? So what do you think the outcome is gonna end up being?
I think it will be a. I don't know that if we're going to get a 33-31 or whatever the score was. I don't know that we're going to
Yeah,
get
same.
a. I don't know that we're going to get a high scoring game like that, but I think it is going to probably be in the 20s. I think probably like a 27,
Yep.
like 27 range, 28, 27, something crazy like that. I don't
Yeah, I was thinking
imagine
27-20
this
was my
game is
initial.
going to go to whoever has the ball last. That's just what I think is going to come down to. Whether our defense steps up and really kind of limits what they do, their defense may do the same because our offense is very limited. So like, we have the ability to put up 34 points in
Yeah.
MetLife and then put up 17 at home. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on the offense we're gonna bring out there. No matter how bad their defense might be, we got to actually take advantage of that. And so I'm thinking like I always put it around like 28-24, something like that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think the Steelers do get the win just because of the urgency. Like I said, all those factors, man. The defense can't play that bad again. Aaron can't play that bad again. Like you cannot
Yeah.
lose. You cannot lose to Joe Flacco again, bro.
No, you can't lose to the Bengals again.
Right? You can't lose to the
Period.
Bengals again. Um, the Ravens play the Browns this week. Like if we're still trying to fight off
Yeah.
the Ravens, bro, we gotta win all these games up into that matchup too, especially. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think the
Can we?
urgency after the two
Is it
losses,
possible for the Browns to beat them? Is that too much to ask for?
it is. It
With
is.
Dylan Gabriel in there?
It's absolutely too much to ask for, man, because that Ravens defense is humming around now. They're coming
Yeah.
back. They're coming together. They're getting healthier now as the weeks go on, as well as Lamar, obviously. So, like, we're gonna get them at full strength in a couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
we
For
gotta
sure.
we gotta stack a couple of wins. We gotta win at least 2 out of these next 3 games in order to really, go into that game with some momentum.
Yeah.
I thought that after we hit that 2-game slide and then we beat Indy that we were going to be the ship was going to be righted a bit, but then the way the offense played in
Yeah.
LA, I was like, shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the defense looked still solid. So like Hopefully they could
Yeah,
continue that into this week and put together some blitz packages, some zone blitzes where we're showing 6 at the line and drop back 2 or 3. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Something to kind of mix it up a bit because we cannot get slanted to death again, man. I'll be really on my way to Pittsburgh Sunday night if that's the
I'll
case.
I'll turn the game off if that's the case. I'm not watching that again. I can't. But let's think positive again. I
Of
know
course,
I was positive on a Monday, but still
man.
remaining
You
positive. I don't
always
want to
know
put
being
negative
positive,
things in the
man.
atmosphere. I don't want to do that.
You
I
always
don't want to do that.
positive. And this team, what are they gonna do? They're gonna have you texting me during the second quarter. We lost. We lost.
Well, you're here, I'm here, so I gotta have us meet in the middle. You know what I mean?
You know how I feel, man. I'm always like these motherfuckers right here, man.
Yeah,
Out the gate. They kick the ball up. Look at the kickoff. Look at that shit. Like that's stupid.
yeah.
Because
No,
it's
I
just
think
the
I
good.
would have never thought that. I never would have never thought that if you told us, "Hey, you're not going to play Burrow at all this year," I'd be like, "Oh, perfect." 2-0 most likely.
Right.
And now we're looking at possibly going 0-2 against the Bengals if that comes down to it.
That's
But
because of
hopefully
Cleveland,
we can.
dumbass, man. It's Cleveland's fault, and I hope they never win another game. Because
Yeah,
why would you trade away the quarterback that can actually play?
yeah,
And then now
yeah.
look at you guys. Like, what are you doing? You know.
They did it. Hey, they did it themselves. I'm just happy that we don't have to worry about the Browns. Don't have to worry about the Bengals.
Yeah.
It's just us and the
We
Ravens.
get through this
But this
game. We
is
got to
definitely a
win.
huge game.
We got to win. We got to win this one. You know.
I want a couple game 3-game win streak would be nice because I'm tired of going back and forth on we looked great this week and then the following week it's like what the hell happened? It's just a different team. So I want the consistency now to be, we're in week 11, now's the time to be consistent. Now's not the time to, get the flaws out and all that. It's like no, the flaws should be gone. Let's play consistent football
Yep.
defensively and figure the shit out.
Right. So if we got the defense not playing as bad as they played last time, the offense not playing as badly as they have played, as they played their last game, then we should have a complementary football kind of game, right?
Yeah.
Ideally. So, hopefully these guys actually can understand the urgency in this situation here. We're 5-4. We need the next 2 before we go into next 3 before we go into Baltimore. You know what I mean? We're going there 8-4. Now we're looking at something different because we got to play them again a few weeks after that anyway. So
Exactly.
we got to make sure we get that done because we still got to play Detroit at the end of our schedule.
Yep.
Cleveland again, but that's never a gimme either. And then
Chicago's not going to be an easy game by
no,
any means.
no.
They're I feel like they're the Steelers of the NFC. They look good some weeks, other weeks well, who the hell is this team? So that matchup could be a hilarious game as far as just pure debauchery going on.
Absolutely. But Aaron is a minority owner of the Bears, so we'll see if he exercises that ownership card
Yeah,
when
that
it
would
comes
be.
down to it.
No, let's just focus though on getting this win against the Bengals. Let's
Yep.
let's continue that 1-game lead on the Ravens. And then let's kind of just ride it until the end if we can. Like I said, consistency, consistency, consistency. Can't say it enough for this team, and I just want to see it on a 2, 3, 4 week basis with them.
Yeah, because it really really have not seen that just yet. So
Mhm.
we got to see them string it together now. And if the way they lost this Sunday night was not a kick in the ass to lock
Yeah,
in and get it right, then I don't think there's going to be anything at this point. Because this is the time of the
yeah,
year where we're either doing really good and then we stink it up, or we're doing really bad and then we start playing well to fight towards
yeah.
that, fight towards that 9-8 or that 8-8.
We haven't seen which trajectory we're gonna go,
We're
whether it's down or up. So we're
flying
just even keel right now.
flying right in the middle right now.
Yeah, yeah,
So which Steelers team's going to show up? We're going to find out.
absolutely.
But we'll be back to talk about it. I think even maybe Sunday night, man. We could probably talk about not far after the game. Well, we'll talk though. We'll link it up.
Yeah, we'll decide either Sunday or Monday, either or. So, but I'll be texting you throughout the game. You know that, and Let's hope for a good one. Let's hope for maybe even a dominant game. Can
That would
we
be
can we get
nice,
one of
man. A
those?
dominant game, like a dominant, like all the way to 3-0 on the fourth quarter clock. That'd be nice because we still haven't really had
Yeah,
that yet either. So that would be great. You know what I mean? And then, you know, we can just be chilling when it's 5 minutes left in the fourth and be like, that was a great game. And really like
yeah,
feel like the game was actually out of hand. You know?
yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, brother, man. Appreciate your
All
time as
right, I will.
always.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll talk to you and have a good rest of your night.
You too, bro.
All
Peace.
right.